Our next speaker is going to be Jason Lally, Place Matters. He's going to talk to us about building high-fidelity 3D landscapes. Jason.
Good morning. I'm here representing an organization called Place Matters. We're a nonprofit based in Denver. And what we do is we apply novel and emerging technologies and techniques to traditional planning problems. Today I'm going to talk about high-fidelity participatory design, in particular thinking about both, not just high fidelity in terms of imagery, but high fidelity in terms of experience as well for the public participants. What we believe at Place Matters is that if we apply the right tools and techniques to a process and make it informed, make it equitable, we can have sustainable outcomes. But as we all know in this room, that public process can often be very, very messy to go from abstraction to reality, like pictured here. And the planning profession has done pretty well at developing tools and techniques on top of GIS. Here's Community Viz. There's Index and What If and a number of scenario planning tools that help people chart the future through indicators, see map-based projections. But there's a gap. And that gap is in the visualization or the imagery around concepts like design and especially density. That becomes a really hard one for the public to munch on. We do have a lot of tools in the 3D realm that give us really great output like 3D Studio Max or Maya, but they're incredibly labor intensive and require a lot of expertise. And then on the lower end we have tools like SketchUp, which have really pushed us into this realm of rapid urban modeling, but are better on a neighborhood or building scale and don't produce as high fidelity images as could be. So Place Matters is looking at ways to evaluate tools that can fill this gap. There are three basic criteria. They're a work in progress, but one, we're looking for tools that increase the visual communication of concepts and potential futures. Two, we want tools that bring the public more fully and richly into an iterative design process, including low-cost digital feedback loops. And three, we're looking for tools that streamline workflows to save time and money. One such tool, and this is just an example given time constraints, is a tool called Cityscape. It's basically, in a nutshell, it's SimCity for planners. It allows you to produce high-fidelity 3D simulations in real time. And it's a rapid urban modeling framework where you can manually edit roads, create distinct blocks that operate as blocks, which is really important for planners, pull in buildings from other modeling programs, or develop buildings right in the program and pop them up just like you would in SketchUp. More importantly, you can dynamically manipulate this environment in real time, literally moving mountains, reconfiguring blocks, and reconnecting road networks, all with the click and drag of a mouse. They produce imagery like this, and this is in real time. This isn't something that you send off to a server farm to get rendered and animated. This is operating in a game-like environment. What you'll notice is there are cars there. Those do move. They're simulated. You can actually import traffic models from traffic modeling programs. So it's very interoperable, which is something that we like about this product in particular. This is another example of something it produces. And if you want, you can even simulate flying through your city in your very own personal plane. But back down on the ground, and more important to the people in this room, it interacts with GIS data. One thing you can do is you can import elevation data, road networks like you see here, building footprints, and then you can pop those buildings up pretty rapidly, add texture to them, and then you have a real urban environment that now you can add to and manipulate in real time. Now, this is just an example of a tool. the main takeaway of this presentation isn't that Cityscape is the latest and greatest and you should all go out and buy one right now, but that there are other tools. There are tools that are emerging, such as Scenario 3D from Placeways, makers of CommunityViz, City Engine by a company called Procedural, and various augmented reality apps that are mostly in the lab right now in universities across the world, looking at ways to do real-time planning with 3D images on real maps. So there is no silver bullet solution. What we're looking at is that the tools are finally catching up with the need to clearly communicate concepts such as design and density to the public, and also to engage them in an iterative design process. The role of Place Matters and the academics and professionals in this room should be to push for the use of appropriate and emerging technologies and processes so that we can bridge the gap that I talked about earlier in visualization and help turn abstraction into reality. That's it.